was that note? Oh, wow.
Sound check.
Well, good day there once again. Welcome back to where are we? Voice Essentials. My name is Dr. Dan. I can't remember that bit. Welcome back. Today we are looking at a new singer here on the channel. Her name is Sertab Erener. Sertab, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Sertab is a really well-known singer to many people in, I think it's Turkey. She is a completely new singer to me. Someone in our Voice Essentials community has recommended that we go and check her out. And so I had to do a little bit of research to find out more about the singer we're about to listen to. This lady, and as of, I think, around about now, as in I'm recording this, it's just about to go June 2025. I believe she is in her 60s, about to 60 years old. And so this is a lady with a lot of experience. I kind of feel like sometimes people discover John Farnham from overseas. John Farnham here in Australia is he's a national treasure. He's a musical icon here in my country, but hasn't had a lot of exposure overseas. And so when people first discover him, they're like, wow, who is this? And I wonder whether that's who Sertab is. I'm an outsider looking in, discovering her for the first time. In my research, I found that, for example, she won the Eurovision Song Contest back in 2003 with, I'm reading notes, people. She won it with Every Way That I Can, marking Turkey's first victory in the competition. Like, you know, she's had some really big moments in her career, and I'm fairly confident she's classically trained, and studied opera at the Istanbul University State Conservatory and the Mimar Sinan Fine Arts University. If any of these, factoids are incorrect, because that's what the internet has told me, by all means, correct it in the comments, not seeking to put out misinformation into the big, wide interweb, but that's what I found out. But that being said, what my research also suggests is she didn't complete that degree. Again, that's what I found. Let's dive in, and I have had a listen, as I do, because I have to form up the analysis. We do have a detailed listen prior, but nonetheless, there are still things that I don't capture the first and second time through, and they're always interesting. Let's dive in. This song, I should tell you what the song is. Man, what is wrong with me today? This song is called Aşk. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I believe the translation is love. And so here we go. A very acoustic recording.
Aşk kaç büyümden, aşkdır ölümden, aşk bir sebepten, gel gir dünyama.
voice, you can really hear the classical facing sound, right? Like it's a very, it's classically informed voice. I was looking, you might have seen me looking down at my notes earlier. And this song was originally featured on her 1999. So it's an older song, perhaps, and again, perhaps if you know of her material really well, please inform us more about her. But that suggests to me that this is a pretty well-known song from those who follow her music. It's coming up to, it's approaching 26, 27 years old. Like it's been around a while. Here we are having an acoustic version of it. This lady has been performing, I think this is important that we acknowledge, she is obviously a veteran of the arts, of the performing arts in her part of the world. And so I approach this with a great deal of respect for her, and a respect on the basis of she's a veteran. She's been doing this a long, long time, and it's a fascinating sound where we get this sort of meeting of worlds. It's almost like it's not even crossover, as in, it's a blending. It's literally, we've got a contemporary sound follow immediately by a very definite classical sound. Take it back to the beginning just to have a listen to that entrance again. And the other thing, we might have a look at pitch accuracy a little bit later. This has not been fixed in post at all. We're getting the raw vocal, and we'll look at that in Melodyne in a moment.
Aşk kaç büyümden, aşkdan ölümden, aşk bir sebepten. Gel gir dünyama.
I love the way she's working with the violinist there. You can see her moving and expressing and giving that, and we've talked about it a lot here before on the channel, giving that physicality to the sound. You can see the swell, the phrasing coming out in that physical expression. Even though we've got this classical, you can hear the way that the contemporary comes back in there on the end with the end of the phrase, and the way she offsets the phrase. There's a real sort of creaky offset. Have a listen to the way she's come out of a more of a belt sound, because it's kind of going, it's interesting, isn't it? It's kind of going contemporary, then to opera, upper register, classical opera, upper register, into then like a music theatre belt. Take it back and just have a listen to that exit offset.
Aşk vur yürekten, aşk
that was interesting. The way that those two cameras blended and then some of the syncing of the vocal afterwards, because my immediate impression of this is that it has been all recorded live. That's my first impression. I'm now left wondering, because the watch the lips of Sertab. Yeah, I'm going to watch because I'm not sure what I'm watching here.
Aşk yak gönülden, aşk geç tenimden.
Yeah, just there. I'm left wondering whether the vocal has been recorded later. I don't know, and I'm not suggesting anything. Again, I use this little saying a lot here on the channel. I'm not suggesting anything untowards, as in I'm not making a negative comment. I'm simply making an observation where I go, oh, that was interesting. I wonder what's going on there, because I don't have any insider knowledge. I'm literally watching it just like you are and taking it at face value. But sometimes we see these little anomalies that pique interest to go, oh, that's interesting. Again, just watch it again.
Yak gönülden, aşk geç tenimden. Gel.
Just that little section there. It's almost like they've taken a completely different take and put the visual in. So it well could be that we're listening to the first take all the way through, but they've taken the visual of a different video take and put it over the top. Who knows why? And I didn't even know if that's actually what's going on there, but that's what could have happened.
Gir kanıma.
There's that physical shaping of her phrasing again. She's a very expressionful, that's not even a word. She's got a lot of expression physically in her singing.
Aşk gönülden, bir sebepten gir.
Another thing that leads me to wonder whether the vocal has been done at a different time is this movement constantly away from the mic. So in fact, I'm using an SM7B, exactly the same mic, I'm pretty sure, that she's using right now in the video. And every time I do that, have a listen to what happens to my voice as I move away like that. Now, it will be different because she's closer to her mic and all that sort of stuff. So it's not exactly the same. But hopefully I'm displaying the point, is that we're not hearing any real movement change in the sound as she does that. And so it leads me to wonder whether that they've actually they've done a pre-record or a post-record, either case. Again, I don't know, but it's just interesting. On that point, everyone, for those of you who are learning to sing, that kind of movement constantly, and again, this lady has been doing this for a long time, so I don't want to suggest that she should change anything that she's doing. Whatever she's doing is working for her. Great. For the rest of us mere mortals who are learning to sing, that level of movement, I mean, I've only just done it a few times to show you the mic change, the mic level change. I really feel that through the sternocleidomastoid right up into the traps, and that is not going to be, over time, great for my voice. I think it is a labour-intensive choice for the voice. And so I would be looking to, if you are looking to move away from a mic, move, symmetrically. Don't try to do that. I think that's going to create some asymmetry in your alignment, and that could be problematic for the rest of us. Again, I'm wanting to be really respectful to this lady. She's been in the industry a long time, and she in many respects is my senior, so I want to be appropriate. Lovely violin. Or is that a viola? Lovely choice of line. I said we'd look at the pitch accuracy. So let's bring it up here and have a look at that. And this whether it was recorded pre, post, during, is kind of in many respects irrelevant when we look at the pitch to show you that it's still very much a undoctored performance. So you can see there, like the pitch is humanly imperfect, inaccurate. If we always refer to it as being gross in our behaviour with Melodyne. So that's with it, tuned to the very middle of the note. If we take it back down, so I would venture the thought this has not been corrected on a pitch level, regardless of where the performance was done, pre, post, during. They've left it natural. It's exactly as we would expect to hear her if she was standing in front of us. Was that note? Oh, wow. Have a look at how long that note is in Melodyne. So it goes from 3 minutes 24 roughly. We're talking, what is it, 17 seconds. One breath. Wow, that's cool. Can I show you while we're on it? And this is, we have recently started doing more of this, looking at the voice through pitch analysis software. I use Melodyne Studio. And, if we were to correct this in post, you wouldn't see, in fact, let's just it would click it up, and you'd be tempted, you know, if someone was to come through and do some nastiness to it, right? You'd be tempted to do this and bring that. So what we've done there is we've taken this little section that went sharp and correct that. You'd be tempted to do this at this end. Oh, where are we going? I reckon about there. And you'd bring that down so that you'd get this all the way through. Oh, you might be tempted to do that there as well. Notice how you can just clean it all up. So that it was all, you know, very flat. But of course, that's not real. And if we take it back, that's what looks real, where we get this movement of air that causes her to just float sharp a smidge. She comes back, she adjusts, and then she has a moment late in her air, just before she's about to move to vibrato, where we get this drop off in pitch, and then she's got this beautifully consistent vibrato, but then she's getting to the end of her air after 17 seconds, mind you, where she starts to flatten off and she comes flat. But that's what sounds real. Yeah, we hear the fact that, wow, is the voice going to last that entire phrase? We didn't pick that up before. Have a listen to that. That cost her. Have a listen to that. I wonder, and again, because this is the only performance of not only this song, of her as a singer I've ever heard, I wonder whether that's a normal attribute of this piece where you get that.
Gel gir
Oh, I love that finishing chord. Interesting singer. And you can really hear the maturity of her established performance persona in what she's doing. There's a real comfortability in her own skin, which I really appreciated. I enjoyed that. Such a interesting blending of different sounds as well. We've definitely got some classical opera. You know, she's a trained opera singer, but it's really become her own, almost like her own hybrid of different vocal values and colours and tones. And yeah, interesting. That last note, wow, cool, very cool. I hope you've enjoyed today's vocal analysis. And again, because many of you have not watched my videos before, I would think we do these analyses every week, sometimes twice a week. We regularly hang out on a Monday, 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested, jump across to the channel, subscribe, and you'll get to be able to engage with us as an entire community and watch more Learn to Sing videos just like this one. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I very much look forward to seeing you in the next one. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.